Hello everyone, welcome to CNA, the daily newspaper analysis. Today is 9th of January. Let's start the analysis of today. This is me and my relevant working experience. If you want to join our WhatsApp as well as our Telegram group, you can join in via the links given in the description section below. Also, we are on with this foundation course offline batch of 2024 where already 2 batches have been started. So the third batch will be after Bihu on 17 January 2024. So if you want to register with us, you can call us via our number 9127515541. This is the content of today. Kiki ase. Why is India-Pakistan exchanging nuclear installation list? Supreme Court quashing remission. SBI counters UNDP report about income inequality. ViitBhatS Yatra and relevant prelims facts. First, ki ase? India-Pakistan exchanged list of nuclear installations under 1988 bilateral pact. So, recently, India and Pakistan have exchanged a list of their respective nuclear installations and facilities through diplomatic channels in New Delhi and Islamabad. So, this exchange falls under the agreement of the prohibition of attack against nuclear installations and facilities between these two countries. So, what is this particular agreement all about? So, the agreement on prohibition of attack against nuclear installations and facilities was signed on 31st December 1988 by then Pakistani Prime Minister Benazir Bhutto and Indian Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi. Okay, and this particular treaty directly came into force on the date which is known to be 27th of January 1991. Okay, so recently, one is the 33rd consecutive exchange of such lists between the two countries, and the first one having taken place on 1st January of 1992. So therefore today, though we have got some number of skirmishes between these two countries, even today we know about that there is no trade that is really happening within the country of India as well as Pakistan. But still, this number of diplomatic ties can have an edge so as to make these two countries responsible enough in tackling nuclear installations. Okay, so we have to see about the respective mandate in association with this particular agreement. So the agreement mandates both countries to inform each other about any nuclear installations and facilities to be covered under the agreement of 1st of January of every calendar year, providing a confidence building security major environment. নহলে দুখন কান্ট্রি কি হৈ থাকিলেতেন এটা ডিসপিউটত থাকিলেতেন যে if they attacks us to এনেকুৱা টাইপৰ এটা ডিসপিউটছত থাকিলেতেন. Okay, so therefore, according to this agreement, the term nuclear installation facility includes nuclear power, research reactors, fuel fabrication, uranium enrichment, isotope separations, and reprocessing facilities as well as other installations with fresh or irradiated nuclear fuel. So, ek gute khini yate directly cover up hoi jay. To aji ami janu je major disputes between India and Pakistan Kashmir dispute to ase. Amar karone to dispute নহয় but tahator karone etu dispute hoy eta. Terrorism, cross-border infiltration, সদায় আমি দেখি আছো what is basically happening in the Kashmir region, okay, along the LOC. Next, water sharing, construction of dam লৈ পেলাই আমাৰ problem তাহাঁতৰ লগত, ঠিক আছে. তাৰপিছত trade barriers, okay, already the restrictive trade policies are there in relation to this particular two countries, okay. তাৰ ওপৰত regional geopolitics, which is playing an important role in the contest between these two countries, where China is playing an important role. Okay, so you can see Pakistan to cancel trade with India. India's response to Imran Khan, चार जोड़ी चद्दी बनियान छोड़ के कुछ है तेरे पास. So it is basically they do not have anything if they are not trading with India. So basically we have to think about that how we can contribute much more to this country so as to make some of the regional stability is very much of necessity. And we all know today how SAARC has literally failed to make some of the peace situations in this particular South Asia. Okay, so তোমালোকে মোক কোৱাচোন what is SAARC? Okay, SAARCৰ establishment কেতিয়া হৈছিলে, SAARCৰ কেইখন কান্ট্ৰি আছিলে আৰু লাষ্ট SAARC summit ক'ত হৈছিলে হেতু তোমালোকে মোক কমেন্ট সেকশনত কোৱা. Okay, so এইখিনি গোটে ৰিলেশনস আছিলে about. Okay, question চাই লবা. Next, Supreme Court quashes remission order of 11 convicts by Gujarat government. So mainly a case to related hoy কাৰ লগত Bilkis Bano case. কি আছিলে? See, the Bilkis Bano case is a landmark case of gang rape and mass murder that occurred during the 2002 Gujarat riots in India. Bilkis Bano, who was then a 20-year-old pregnant woman, was raped and her family members were murdered during the riots that followed the Godhra train burning incident. So this case was initially left unnoticed, but persistent efforts by Bano and her supporters, the case was reopened and the perpetrators were brought to justice. So she is Bilkis Bano, okay, who was raped when she was at the age of 21 years and she was pregnant. Okay, so we have to see that remission ki hoy mane etia koise Supreme Court e je jekita perpetrators hoy teketokolok remission nidu. So remission is what? It's a complete ending of sentence at a reduced point, and it is distinct from both furlough and parole in that it is a reduction in sentence as opposed to break from prison life. So we know that both the president and the governor have been vested with the sovereign power of pardoning by the constitution. So president under Article 72, okay, and governor under Article 161. Okay, so yata gute bostu khini moi dia ase about pardon, commutation, remission, respite and reprieve. Okay, so ei gute khini kotha yat likha ase. Okay, muk tumaloke just yata eta question koa je if I say about the pardoning power of the president and the governor, who has got the pardoning power in associated to the armed forces? Etu tumaloke muk comment section ot koa. Armed forces or court or jodi kabak saja dia jay, kabak jodi punish kora jay, so heduk pardon kora rights car sort ase, hedu tomalke muk comment section ot koa. Okay, so aji yate initial investigations or mote, we know that there was no proper investigation, the evidence were tampered, there was no FIR registered, but Bano and her supporters continued the fight for justice, and therefore in 2004 the case was transferred to the Central Bureau of Investigation on the order of the Supreme Court, and the CBI conducted a thorough investigation and filed a charge sheet against 19 accused persons, including police officers and doctors who had tried to cover up the crime. And thereby, in 2008, the trial began in the Mumbai court, which is also known as the Bombay High Court. Okay, in 2017, after a long legal battle, the Bombay court convicted 11 accused persons, including one police officer, for gang rape and murder. And the police officer who was the main accused was sentenced to life imprisonment, while the others were given 7 years imprisonment. Also, the court acquitted 7 other accused persons due to lack of evidence. Okay, so therefore in February 2021, the Bombay High Court acquitted 5 of the convicted persons citing lack of evidence, and the court upheld the life imprisonment of the police officer and reduced the sentence of the other convicts to 3 years. So the convicts were released from prison after serving their respective sentence. Okay, so ekhini khetrote ami dekhisu about the respective case, which is a very significant case as it highlights the issue of a communal violence in India and the failure of the authorities to provide justice to the victims in association with such number of communal violence. Okay, though the long battle which has been fought by Bano and her supporters shows that justice is possible, but it requires persistence, courage and support from a civil society like us who criticizes women in such number of incidences. Okay, so here is 136 million released from Tamil Nadu prison on special remission. Okay, so that is something in association with this particular case, in association with the pardoning powers of the president, the governor, remission, as well as the case which is associated with the Shah Bano case of 2002. Okay, so gute kotha kini yat likha ase, then attempt this particular question. Next, ki ase SBI counters claims of UNDP report about income inequality in India. So according to the Economic Research Department of the State Bank of India, income inequality has declined in India with a higher tax base and a shift in taxpayers from lower income to higher income tax brackets. So etu koa goise the terming this one as K-shaped recovery. As prejudiced and ill-conjugated, the report also cited the transition of small firms into larger firms and consumption trends being indicative of vanishing inequality. So jodi moi ko about the K-shaped recovery. K-shaped recovery to ki hoy? It occurs when following a recession, different parts of the economy recover at different rates, times or magnitudes. So because the part of different parts of the economy when charted together may diverse, resembling the two arms of the Roman letter K, this type of recovery is called K-shaped. Okay, so therefore we have to know about the K-shaped recovery, which leads to change of the structure of the economy or the broader society. And also we know that this K-shaped recovery can reflect creative destruction in the economy. Also, it can reflect the public policy response to a recession, and therefore, it simply reflects the differential impact that the initial recession have on different parts of our economy. So, a good kothakinike yat amar likha ase about this report about the K-shaped recovery and highlights about the UNDP report, which has reported under making our future new directions for human development in Asia and the Pacific. Okay, so a good kothakinike yat bhalke likha ase tumalke abar pohi sale nije gom paba about this particular case. Tumalke muk koasun what is UNDP and what are its respective functions? Okay, aru ki tekhethokolor major role to perform in the global economy. Okay, question di thoi disu sai loba. Next ki ase ViitBhatS Sankalp Yatra. Ki hoy etu? Kihor kan news ase? Prime Minister Narendra Modi on January 8 virtually interacted with the beneficiaries of ViitBhatS Sankalp Yatra. Several beneficiaries from different states of the country interacted with PM Modi. So it is gaining momentum as of now. Etu hoy ki actually? It's a nationwide campaign to raise awareness through outreach activities to achieve saturation of schemes of Government of India across the country, covering all Gram Panchayats, Nagar Panchayats, and also various urban local bodies. So what is the main objective of this particular yatra? So it is to reach out to the vulnerable who are eligible under various schemes but have not been able so far. Okay, so it is very important hoy. Aru etu mainly ami janu je etu logot ami which we say about this yatra, etu generally a scheme ase that is known as the Pradhan Mantri Kisan Samman Nidhi scheme, that is ami ko PM Kisan. Okay, which is very importantly in this particular yatra. Okay, so ViitBhatS Sankalp Yatra crosses 10 crore participants. So very important in the case of this particular one. So it is undertakes across the country to raise awareness about the threats of implementation of the flagship central schemes. Okay, so which would include PM Swanidhi, PM Suraksha Bima, Ujjwala Yojana. So jiman khini manhok ami besike pabo paru, himan khini amar karne bhal hoi jay. So therefore, today if I wants to deliver every scheme's benefits to the needy, I have to conduct a comprehensive review of mandatorily seeding provisions and also to utilize various technologies to create some user-friendly platforms and to establish some community-level engagements to reach some vulnerable farmers. So, yat amak help kune koribo pare? Various local authorities, be it the NGOs, and also various others who are concerned about such schemes which are directed under various centrally sponsored schemes or various central sector schemes. So, hey kotha kinike yat gute moi likhi thoi disu. Attempt this question after studying the respective PDF. Next ki ase prelims facts. Trichoderma biopesticide. So trichoderma has been widely used for the biological control of cotton verticillum, which is basically leading to some form of disease in tomatoes, in potatoes. So the Indian Institute of Spices Research in Kozhikode has successfully developed a new granular lime-based trichoderma formulation called tricholine. Very important. Okay, so we all know about Indian Institute of Spice Research. Okay, so this project was led by IISR director and his team of scientists. Okay, IISR okay, where ISSR is situated and why ISR is a very important organization and is of national importance for a country like India. Okay, so a gute kotha kini tumalke muk comment section not kwa. So yate sob likha ase sai loba. Next, Sorai painting. So Sorai painting is practiced by indigenous communities, particularly in the states of Jharkhand, Bihar, Orissa, and West Bengal. But it is the region of Hazaribagh in Jharkhand that has received the GI tag for this art form. Very important. Kot paise only Hazaribagh in Jharkhand. Baki gidat kintu puwa nai kintu very importantly. Okay. So etu bostu ami janu that it is the art which has been performed by the women of Kurmi, Santal, Munda, Oraon, Agaria, and Khatwal tribes. Very important. So some of the tribes are very much importantly found in our respective states also. Okay, amar Ahomoto a tribes bilak poa jay. Very importantly. Okay, so etur context to dating back to 7000 to 4000 BC loke ase. Okay, aru we all know that this has got a festival connection. So Sorai painting is associated with the Sorai festival, which is happening post Diwali. Okay, to Diwali pisot hoy. Okay, and it is basically linked to marriage rituals and also some of the harvest season celebration. Okay, very importantly. Okay, so ekhini bostu likha ase. So this is all for